made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Newton able to use those legs. Up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. A good pickup there, a 22.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
On first down, Newton. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This long drive continues here to start the 2nd quarter. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. Sanders' kick is good. And it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Looking to throw. Herbert. They'll roll him out right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. He'll buy some time right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sound fundamental defense thus far, and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away. But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, and he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead. It took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold...
And he's going to go down again. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. That's it for the 1st half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently, we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert, wide open receiver, complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Taking a deep shot. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Newton. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they need. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on, set. 30 base.
On first down, Herbert. Open man right side is Ingram. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a deep.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And we're back now in Charlotte as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side, gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. That's caught by Hollister, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. The 40, 30, 10. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been...
me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my...
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And an alley to run. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side, 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Gun. Under 10.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready. 52. All day, baby, all day.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. From the 39, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Off play action, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Newton will bring him up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. Here's Newton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now Gordon on first down. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Faster!
To throw on second down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They're going to try and throw. Rolling to his right. And Ingram hauls it in. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Herbert completes it to Hardman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And it's caught. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Looking to throw. Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. 2nd and 4. And it's caught. Touchdown. Evan Ingram there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here is the home side to take over on offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Back to throw. Herbert. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This one taken from the 7. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10, touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return. And his guys have taken the lead. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. 12 more yards there and another first down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Evan Ingram. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
70, Indy.
On 1st and 10, Herbert, they'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
And we're back now in Charlotte as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back to throw. Herbert.
Another nice.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Newton. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This is Mostert. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Newton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. He finds Beckham, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back to throw, Newton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
yeah,
you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. And touchdown! A big play there. 46 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? That maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 42 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will shave one more off this lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Mecole Hardman, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
As I recollect, partner, this game was tied at halftime, but obviously someone came out on fire to begin the second half.
The switch was flipped, a long touchdown there, and now all of a sudden they're up 3 scores.
3 scores, and I'm not sure they're going to be headed the way that they're playing.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Single receiver. Hey,
Newton throwing again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. They snap it to Newton. Now a desperation throw into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.
one up and up and smash.